Hi, I'm Pat Kelly. Okay, and in this problem, this is another one where they've given us the model, which includes the differential equation and the general solution, which is really nice. So they've done a lot of the heavy lifting for us. What they're asking of us is, with these initial conditions, let's find the particular solution to this situation. They also mentioned when they worked through this one for the first time that you could verify yourself that the solution, the general solution to this differential equation, is that guy. So for a little bit of fun, you might want to do that sometime. For this problem, we'll just capitalize on the work that they've already done, and we'll use that general solution in order to find our particular solution. So I'm going to come to this first initial condition of mine and grab that general solution, y parentheses 2 minus y divided by 1 minus y parentheses squared. And that equals c times e raised to the 2kt power. We've done a lot of these initial condition problems where we're just grabbing the general solution, and now I'm looking to plug in my specific values for y and for t. I'll use my color coding here just because you want to keep an eye on the fact that there are several occurrences of y. So in each of those places, make sure you put the 0.1. And the t of 0, we'll just have to put once right there. So I'm going to now plug in those values, 0.1 times 2 minus 0.1 divided by 1 minus 0.1 parentheses squared equals c e raised to the 2k 0 power. Putting that t in there. And the y's showed up there, there, there. Okay, I'm going to go to a calculator for an expression like this, especially with those decimals. But before I even do that, I think I'll make it easier on my calculator because I can do some arithmetic in my head in the parentheses. 0.1, 2 take away 0.1 is 1.9. And downstairs, even 1 minus 0.1 is 0.9. But that needs to be squared. And in the same step then, let's clean up that exponent over here. 0 ends up being e to the 0 power. That's always nice. So I could have cleaned it up even more. That'll be a 1 in my next step. So in fact, in my next step, we have c on the right. We're just about there. My calculator is going to give me the left. Let me grab the calculator then. And what we're looking to do is 0.1 multiply 1.9 divided by 0.9 squared. Now, depending on your calculator skills, just be careful if you have to include parentheses. I've got my order of operations all set, so if I hit enter, I'm getting 0.235 for my value of c. Okay, that's my first unknown, the value of c. Unknown in the general solution. I'll use my second initial condition to get that second unknown of k. So let me come back up here and start with my general solution again. This time, though, the c we just found out is 0.235. Let's put that in here. And then pick back up with the rest of it, which is e raised to the 2kt power. And as usual, now we're looking to put the specific value of y in for y, and the specific value of t in for t. Here we go. 0.4, 2 minus 0.4, divided by 1 minus 0.4 squared equals 0.235 e raised to the 2k, and then this time my value of t is 4. And I'll clean up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of arithmetic in my head again before I go to the calculator. 0.4, 2 take away 1.6, and then 1 take away 0.6 squared. 0.235 e raised to the 8k. Okay, now that left-hand side, I think I would default to a calculator. So if I grab a Calculator on that one, 0.4 times 1.6 divided by 0.6 squared. I'm getting a 1.778 equal to that 0.235 e to the 8k on the right-hand side. I didn't do anything in that step. In the next step, I'll divide over that coefficient to get e alone. 1.778 divided by 0.235 equals e raised to the 8k. Sorry if I'm out of room there. Let me just come up. And on the left-hand side, I'm grabbing my calculator. 1.778 divided by 0.235. I'm getting a 7.566 equals e raised to the 8k. Take a breath. We're really just a couple steps away now then, because we have that e raised to the power on the right. I'll do my logarithms. Natural log of 7.566 will equal 8k. I'll go to the calculator one more time for that natural log. Now I'm doing natural log of 7.566. I am getting a 2.024. Now a good, nice, easy algebra step. We'll divide by 8, and I think we'll be there. 2.024 divided by 8, 0.253. That's my value of k. I have my value of c. And so what I'm looking to do is go to the general solution now and put in those specific values. If I can fit that in here, y parentheses 2 minus y divided by 1 minus y parentheses squared equals c 0.235 e raised to the 2 times k. 2 times k, I'm going to grab my calculator for that right now too. The 2 times k, 2 times 0.253, 0.506 t. A little cramped, but that would be my particular solution to this differential equation. Okay, thanks, and I hope that helped.